Hello once again internet, and welcome to a further video on this channel. I am the Retro Bear and this is the Retro Cave, and as you can see we are now in glorious wido vision. Yes, this is due to an upgrade on the web camera, which I'm happy to say is a Logitech C930E, and it's the first time I've used it, and hopefully you can see a lot more now. A bit more, should we say, spatially aware of where exactly I am and what's going on. As you can see, you'll be able to see stuff here we haven't seen before, like for example the television. I've also got some PlayStation 1 games up here, some N64 stuff up there as well, with the Wii behind me. You can also see 360 down there, and if I move my arm, there's some GameCube over there, and then Xbox here and PlayStation 2 up there. That's just some of the stuff. There's other bits up here you can't see yet, and you can also see more of this wonderful unit I have here with you can probably just see NES there, and there's a Mega Drive over there, and other stuff that you can't see because it's still not quite in shot, but there we go. So yes, so this is going to be a pickups video, surprise for the past weekend, which has been the 28th, 29th and 30th of September, which means we are now into October. Goodness me, hasn't it flown by this year already? And some good stuff this time. Yeah, I've got some really interesting and surprising bits and pieces for you today. Hopefully you'll enjoy these as much as well, I did anyway, picking them up. And as we said last week, trying to keep the same theme going, so all this stuff has cost under £1 each. No, I tell a lie, one game has cost more than £1 each. I will get to that one a bit later on and explain what happened there, but all this you'll see today has been bought for just under £20. Now hopefully you'll like some of it, and we'll have to see. So we'll start off with Die Hard Vendetta. This is on the original Xbox. Just show you the back of that. Get a bit closer with that now, which is quite good. It is complete. Not the best disc in the world, I've got to be honest with you, but alright. Oh yes, dreadful game coming up for you. Catwoman on the PS2. Ugh, dear me. I've got this on the Xbox as well because I'm a glutton for punishment. If you remember, this was a standalone film which had nothing to do with the Batman movies whatsoever. Because Halle Berry had appeared in, I think it was Die Another Day, which is the James Bond film, and a character in that, Jinx, had got, I don't know, sort of people sort of made various sort of comments about it. They may be going to do a spin-off about it, and they eventually gave a Catwoman, and it almost, well, it pretty much killed her career stone dead, didn't it? I think Monsters Ball was before that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so yeah, that was 50p. Die Hard was 75, just in case you keep it count. Hawk Kawasaki Racing, again, more in the way of these motorcycle games. That was 50p. Race Superbikes and Sidecars. Wow, that's interesting. Now I like this one, Monster Jam Maximum Destruction, which was also 50p. I love monster trucks, always have done. So I am actually looking forward to playing this a little bit more. Now here's a piece of rubbish for you. Truth or Lies. Someone will get caught. Yes, the makers of the game will get caught. Who was it? THQ. Well, they don't exist anymore. There we go. Absolutely immaculate, as you would expect, because no person in their right mind is going to sit down and play this. If you don't know anything about it, you'll see there it says microphone required, which is one of the reasons why I can't actually play it, because I don't actually own a microphone. And the idea is it asks you answer over 3,000 thought-provoking questions or create your own to find out everyone's secrets. And you just go around. It's basically just plain spin the bottle. It'd be much easier for you to go out and buy a bottle, drink the contents of the bottle, and then invite your mates around and basically sort of dare each other for the rest of the evening to tell the truth. It's like Pictionary. When Pictionary first came out years and years ago, back in the dim mists of time where most people probably weren't born, there was a computer version of a game called Pictionary. If you don't know what Pictionary is, it's basically you stand in front of a board with a big piece of paper and you draw a picture which someone gives you a card, it's a word on it or a phrase or something or other. It might say, you know, car on it. So you try and draw a picture of a car, and then your partner would have to try and guess what it was, whatever. And they bought a computer game version out of that, and they tried to charge you on the Amiga £24.95, where you could have gone into a stationery shop and bought a pad of paper and a pen for considerably less than that. I don't know. Yeah. This is Kengo, Master of Bushido. I actually thought it was going about coffee, but that would be Kenko, and also possibly going about penguins, but that would be Pengo. Pengo, Master of Bushido. That would be far more interesting. No manual with this one. 50p. I've never heard of this one before, but I've got to be honest with you, it doesn't look all that good. It might, yeah, it doesn't look that good at all, does it really? Ah, it's 50p. Dakar 2 on PS2. This is on the Paris Dakar. I've actually got the first Paris Dakar game. It's quite difficult, got to be honest with you, so hopefully this will be equally as challenging. Interesting fact here, next year will be the 40th anniversary of the Paris Dakar Rally. How do I know that? Because it says there this is the 25th anniversary edition. So yeah, next year will be the 40th. Interesting piece. This is Sockham US Navy SEALs on PS2. Got a lot of manuals and stuff in with this one. There we go. And just because Sockham is not enough, here's the second game. Both of these cost 50p. This it says without the headset. I understand you need the headset if you were going to play online, but I believe the servers were shut down many years ago. But you can use them in single player mode, I think, because you're moving the troops around and stuff like that. So it was the world's #1 PlayStation 2 network game, according to the blurb on the back here. Now this is the only game that I said earlier cost more than £1. This is, you want to know why, this is The Princess and the Frog on the Wii, which cost me £3. My initial attraction to this game is the fact it's quite an obscure Disney film. Well, obscure in the fact that many people don't actually remember it. So I've got a feeling that at some point this might be worth a little bit more money than perhaps it's going for at the moment. But then I sort of read the back and it says 25 mini games for 1 to 4 players, sing and dance to the music of the film, and cook Tiana's recipes and mix and match her outfits. Well, practically minutes of fun. I don't know, I like a good mini game. Whether these are any good or not, I don't know. So I'm a bit disappointed with that, but at the same time, it's in the collection. The Biggest Loser USA, which is another one of these weight losing programs, which I've got loads of. I've got absolutely loads of. Gillian Michaels is, oh, she's over there now. Gillian Michaels' thing is over there, and Wii Fit and yoga and dance and games. And UFC, I'm just moving very quickly on. UFC Tap Out. Now, again, no manual with this one, and a bit of a dodgy disc, I've got to be honest, I haven't tried it yet. That was £1, and again, I can, not really, I used to watch UFC quite a bit, so I couldn't really tell you who those people were on the front. Possibly that guy there is Tito Ortiz, because there's a picture of him on the back, but I couldn't tell you the other two. I didn't mind UFC when it first came on, but when I first first started, but yeah, it depends what you got. Some of them were great, some of them were basically sort of people putting everybody in waist scissor locks for about 3 minutes. I'm sure I should hear from UFCers now. There we go. Oh, PlayStation 1 World Snooker Championship, or World Championship Snooker. It makes absolutely no difference because I've already got this. I just saw PlayStation game in a very good box and thought I'll get that, and in between driving from one location to another I sort of realised that I'd actually got this game. Also, I'm not quite sure what's happened here, but it appears to be that the manual is welded to the inlay card, and I've got no... Can you hear that? Yeah, I'm not going any further with that one. The good news is I've got the original, so I've actually got a spare box there. That was a 99p. I'm going to... Oh, dear me. Now I'm going to get those two, that one there. Oh yeah, I'll do those three at the end. You keep waiting to the end to find out what they are. The familiar sound of a sticky box, which means I've been to cash converters for Halo Reach for £1 on the 360. And got the old manuals in there. So I'm just missing Halo Wars now. I've got all the Halo games on the original Xbox and on the Xbox 360. I haven't played a Halo game since Halo 2, I think. Dragon Age Inquisition, because I'd never heard of it before. I don't think it's my sort of game. There's a flyer in there but no manual. It's got a disc with it, obviously. So I don't know. I'll have to see how we get on with that one, but it looks like it's one of these role-playing games. But yeah, I'll win it as the best RPG at E3, whenever year that was, 2007? 2004, wow. So I don't know. Not my sort of game. Dead Island, which this is the Game of the Year edition. This has got disc and manual complete. That was 50p. So that was nice. We've got the original Dead Island game, the Bloodbath Arena, the Ryder White missions, as opposed to the Ryder Cup missions, which involve golf clubs, and the Ripper Weapon Blueprint. Yes, I've been waiting to play that. True Crime Streets of LA. I've got this on PS2, but not on our good old friendly Xbox. There's some more stuff there. Mrs. Retro Bear had a good look at that and said, God, that looks crap. I couldn't really comment. Lord of the Rings of Two Towers, which actually now completes the 4 Lord of the Rings games I have for the Xbox. The one I'm missing is going to be The Hobbit, which wasn't actually the original game anyway. It was a variant of. I got that on PlayStation 2, but that was 50p as well, so great to finally pick that one up. More PS2 garbage. Top Trumps, Horror and Predators, and again no manual. And again, I can't see the point in this because Top Trumps is a card game. You play it with the cards, so it's basically, you know, I'm pretty sure the card sets aren't overly expensive, overly cheap to buy, and they were quite cheap when I was a lad. So we used to play them. We used to play motor racing cars and Grand Prix cars. But the whole purpose of trying to sort of charge, 10, 15, 20 quid for something like that, when it's much cheaper to do the original thing and more fun, I would have thought. Yeah. Colin McRae Rally 3. I think I've now got 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 on the PlayStation 1, and 3 on the PlayStation 2, and 3 and 4 on the Xbox. How they play it differently, I've got no idea. The late Colin McRae. Good games though, it's very good games. Full Spectrum Warrior 10 Hammers. This is of course the 10th game in the Hammer series. I've got Full Spectrum Warrior on Xbox, but I've got lots of these sort of like sniper type games. Oh, it's got THQ on the back as well. But also from Pandemic. Utilise real world combat tactics. That's me stuff then, isn't it? I know about real world combat. GoldenEye Rogue Agent. I thought I got this, but I've actually got it on Xbox, not PlayStation 2. I didn't mind the Xbox version. I know a lot of people slag this off because it's got the word GoldenEye on it, which is absolute crap. There we go. All these 50p, by the way. The Italian Job, LA Heist, again another game I have on Xbox, but on PlayStation 2. Again 50p. This was based on the film, which was rubbish. Midnight Club, again I got this on Xbox, but not PlayStation 2. Also by Rockstar Games, who of course most of you will now know are more famous for doing Grand Theft Auto, etc. I did racing games before. Not a bad game at all, that one. And finally, Project Snowblind, again coming under the banner. I've already got this on Xbox. Which gives you no idea. I'm sort of scratching around for games for 50p in CEX and places like that, and thinking, well, that's pretty difficult to find. How do I get hold of games that fall into that category that aren't sports games that cost 50p each? There you go, plenty of them. Now, all those came from, as I said, apart from snooker one, that came from the charity shop for £1. All those came from CEX or cash converters. Okay. Now on the Friday, which was the 28th of September, I went out to my local town near where I work for a quick whiz round the charity shops there, and I came across one of my favourite sort of charity shops to go into. The chain is quite well known around here, and they always have stuff in. Some of it isn't relevant, but they always have stuff in. You know, it's other stuff I've already got, or stuff I don't want to pick up, or whatever. Yeah, I'm dropping the cheap ones first of all. SmackDown vs Raw 2008. I've already got this on PlayStation 3 and the Wii, and I wasn't going to pick this up originally. And then I thought, oh well, I'll have to pick it up now, because I saw Skate 3 on the 360. Now, I'm not a big fan of skating games, because to me it seems much more fun to go out and actually own a skateboard and go and do proper skating. I know you sort of sit there and think, well, you know, it's much easier to go and play football and do that, but I can go play football because I can't skate. So the nearest thing I'm going to get to do is skating is going to play a game like this, and I've never been into skating games, and I'm not going to start getting into skating games. So I picked that up as well. I was just about to sort of think, well, there's two there, that I'll try and find something generic, because they usually sell in this particular charity shop 3 for £1, and even if I can't find 3 games for £1 in there, there's always likely to be a Wii Fit, or you know, an Xbox 360 game, FIFA game, where I can just use the box. And you know, I don't mind paying £1 for 3 games if 2 of them I'm going to keep and 1 of them I'm going to use the spare box for, because I've got some damaged boxes. I don't mind doing that. And out the corner of my eye, I thought, hang on a second, Red Dead Redemption, the Game of the Year edition. And I thought, wow. First of all, I had to check inside and make sure everything was there. And you can see there, that was actually snapped off in the box. So I made sure that was fixable, which it was. Check the discs, they're absolutely fine. Manual's a bit tatty. Actually, manual is very tatty. And there's also a map as well inside. Lovely. Great stuff. It's all appears to be complete. So, forget that one. No, keep that one. Forget the fact that SmackDown vs Raw is there. Those 3 for £1, and that works out at 33.33 pence left over, with a penny left over. I couldn't believe my luck. That is actually one of probably the best. I'm going to chuck SmackDown vs Raw out there. Even at 50p each, those are absolute bargains. Now, the reason I know they're absolute bargains is because I came home and afterwards and double checked and found out that you can trade in at CX for a voucher of about £9, and that's probably about the same price, if not maybe 10. I can't quite remember, but I could trade those in for £20. I'm not going to. I'm going to keep them. And if I bought them from CX, they would retail to me £13, £16, £29. But before I get all rather excited, can you spot the deliberate mistake on the front cover here? If I just sort of help you slightly. My goodness me, it's in foreign. That's because it is the German edition. And I didn't realise this until I got it home and actually sort of read the map properly. And as you can see, the first thing it says on the map there is whatever that is in German. So it's the German edition. But to be honest with you, I don't really care. The manual's in German, that's worrying. Hopefully the game won't be in German. In fact, I think actually this is Dutch. Just looking at it, it says Engelstalige Game Nederlandslige Handling. So I think this is actually a Dutch copy. I hope it plays in English. If it doesn't, I'm going to be. My dad used to speak Dutch. I'll have to ask him. But yeah, that I think is a real find anyway, for the price it was. To go with those two together, absolutely cracking. So it goes to show that again, you can sort of come across these things in charity shops and all. You don't need to scour eBay and car boot sales and all that business. You can pick them still up on the high street. Granted, the chances are I'm going to get there before you, because I do those. But yeah, so that was really sort of quite interesting. I was really thrilled to pick those bits and pieces up, and I suppose from my point of view, a fairly decent talk. Now, we sort of mentioned, sort of started the show off this week by saying I got all these for a grand total of £19.25. £19.25. Now, I've counted them earlier. It's 28 games. That's 28 games at £19.25, which is roughly around about, what is it? 60, between 60 and 70 pence a game. If I took out, say for example, the two most expensive game, well, the most expensive game here, which was The Princess and the Frog, that knocks me down to 27 games for £16, which is getting close to, near enough 50p each. All these games are not going to be to everybody's taste or interest or whatever, but there are some good games here. There's also some rubbish, but you have to appreciate that sometimes you have to take the rough with the smooth. On that note, rough with smooth, I shall leave you to it. So I hope there was something there that interested you, because there is quite a lot of stuff there, and it makes it all worthwhile when you get a couple of little bits and pieces. I'm not going to come across great finds, but those last two there really did make the entire weekend worth going out for. So there we go. Anyway, hope you enjoyed those. By all means, look us up again, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please do, because it's always nice to know that people out there appreciating what we're trying to do. And come back again another time while I have some more interesting bits and pieces for you, I'm sure, because I do have a lot of stuff knocking around. Anyway, thanks for watching, take care, bye for now.